I've been doing this shit for 10 years, over 10 years. 2020 will be my 14th year on YouTube, and I feel like I'm barely beginning to scratch the surface and just get my foot in the door of where I'm trying to go and what I'm trying to do, alright? If there's one thing I just need to remind myself of, it's just to not get comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you really start to get complacent is when you start to get lazy.
Before anything came between us, you were like my best friend. The one I used to run and talk to when me and my girl was having problems. Used to say it'd be okay, suggest little nice things I should do. But when I got home and I lay my head down, all I seemed to think about was you. Rick Popcorn.
I don't like that.
Aww. And don't pass it to me. Just let it die. Let it die.
The first time I ever forget a lyric,
You.
he passes it to me.
What's good? Happy New Year, you sexy motherfuckers. Welcome back to the No Chaser Podcast.
Oh.
Oh my God, I got too excited.
Oh.
I got too excited. I'm eating ketchup chips.
Wow.
I'm Timothy De La Ghetto.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
And I'm Nikki Blades.
Wow, it is 2020.
Like, not my vision.
Oh, like my vision though, guys, I got new eyes.
You do.
do.
Shout out to the company that hooked Rick up with the...
IQ Laser Vision did great work, got me some laser eye surgery, and I'm lying a little bit. My vision is 2015 now.
better than
I'm
2020.
past 2020,
Wow.
bruh.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you
It goes lower too.
Really?
Yeah.
you can be like supervision vision.
Yeah. Like
Wow.
I can see that lady in her house down there.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty fun crazy.
I am blind. I'm blind. I can't see nothing.
Yeah, my shit's not bad. I definitely have to, if I walk into McDonald's, even though I know the whole menu, I still have to, not even squint. I walk to the front. Wow. And then everyone looks at me out of their side eyes to make sure I'm not cutting.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'm looking at the menu. That's what I got to do.
My contacts are a -475.
That sounds bad.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I'm blind.
You got contacts on right now?
I do.
Damn.
Yeah. I cannot see anything.
Would you like laser eye surgery?
I mean, somebody was talking about it and I was watching your story and part of me is like, I've literally worn contacts my whole life. I've been blind my whole life. I don't know how to not be blind. I'm terrified that when I get it fixed, everything I thought I knew was a lie.
Yeah.
Did you feel
well,
like that?
I'm not fat. I feel like for some reason you think I am, but when you get your eyes fixed,
I'm gonna
you
be
gonna see.
like, oh my God, Rick! No wonder why all the comments were talking about that. Oh.
Well, what you saying? It can't be like that. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, whatever.
I didn't know my vision was bad until I was with my ex, because I used to be 20/20.
And then you realized.
Oh, and I
glasses on,
and I realized
and then you left.
she's way too cute for me. Nah.
What did I ever see in you?
Nah, I was with my ex one day because I used to be 20/20, and then one day I was like staring up at a building, and I was like, "Hey, can you read that?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, I need glasses." I was like, "Okay." Shit just got real blurry, and when I'm driving at night, you know what I'm saying, especially after a long ass date
Of drinking?
of drinking and driving, and I'm looking at signs, I'm like, I can't see what sign that is. You know.
I just realized I want to say maybe like last month I was driving home and the lights coming at me, like it was a 2-lane. And I was like, whoa, why do these just seem really intense right now? I was like, I should not be driving at night. I had one of those moments where I was like, oh, yo, shit. I'm getting
Without glasses.
without glasses.
Yeah, I think I'm 2030 or something like that. And they said like 10 more numbers and I will be at the point where I have to wear glasses to drive. Legally
Yeah.
have to wear glasses to drive.
I have to go yearly because I have to get my eyes checked once a year because there's something, I guess with my left eye, I have a large vein in my left eye that could lead, which is I mean, we have a history of eye problems. So even talking about like the LASIX, part of me is just freaked out by.
Well, I
Like-
didn't get LASIK. I got Smile.
Oh.
It's a new procedure. It's less
different?
invasive.
Okay.
Um,
Plug.
Yeah, I think I think it's doper. Our friend Benji, he just got LASIK.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was a little more intense for him, but for me, it was a breeze.
Damn.
So to go and they poke at your eye and they pull off a layer?
They don't pull off the layer, so
Okay.
that's LASIK. With
Okay.
the smile, they kind of make a small incision, and then they go inside the incision and they kind of
Clean
scrape
off?
your cornea, clean it off, so,
So
that
is that
you can see
is-
better.
Is that what it is? Like we just have buildup on our eyes?
I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that. But
I'm just curious.
they go in there and they kind of do this, and literally getting off the table from that, I could see.
I think I don't know if it's a buildup. I know sometimes it's you just need a little something that needs to be shaved down or yeah.
Our eyes are interesting.
Eyes
gonna
are
have to-
super
I'm
interesting.
gonna have to look into that because
I know, like, you know, people who are good at that shit can literally look at your eyes and be like, "Oh, your pancreas needs something."
yeah, you're like what?
Yeah, I was scared they was gonna say something like that for me. Say, oh well, diabetes eyes over here. No,
Like, you said I got beady eyes. No, you got diabetes eyes.
you're
That's
gonna
not what
die of beating.
You're like this. That's not what I came here for. I just want to be able to see when I leave the place. Don't worry about my blood sugar level, lady. That is not your
Sir,
job.
you have gonorrhea. Like, hey man, get out of my business.
like, that is not what we're here for.
I just need some fucking contacts. Okay, don't say that in front of her.
Hey guys, I know the holidays are a stressful time. Are you feeling stress, anxiety, sleeplessness? Well, that's why I got the solution for y'all. I'm talking about Feels, okay? Feels is a better way to feel better. It's a premium CBD that will keep your head clear and help you feel your best. CBD has been proven to greatly reduce anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. Now, you know, I don't even like I don't smoke. I don't mess with the edibles or smoking, nothing like that. But CBD I'll F with, you know? Navigating the world of CBD can be complicated. At Feels, we look to make the process as simple as possible so you can start feeling better sooner. Are you new to CBD? Feels offers a free CBD hotline and tech support to help guide you through the discovery process. And if you know CBD is right for you, Feels has a hassle-free membership program and is guaranteed to help you feel your best month after month or your money back. It's that simple, okay? Ships directly to your doorstep in only a few days. It's the natural, healthy, better way to feel better, okay? Super easy to take. Place a few drops of Feels under your tongue and feel the difference within minutes. All right. And check this out, guys. Just for you, I got a special Feels deal. And you know what? That's why Feels has me feeling my best every day, and it can help you too. Okay. And just for you guys, for the holiday season, become a member today by going to feels.com/nochaser, and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That's FEALS.com/nochaser to become a member and get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. Feels.com/nochaser. I actually haven't been to the doctor in years for like a real checkup. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been in a long ass time.
Why is that?
I didn't have insurance for I never
Okay.
I never had insurance up until like last year. Now that I'm like a SAG a consistent SAG worker, actor.
You know, man, getting saggy.
Yeah, everything's getting saggy. The elasticity in my face is falling
The
off.
collagen.
Nah, man, I'm just and I never went for checkups and shit after I like became grown. Except for, you know, when I was single and going crazy, I was getting STD checks like every couple months or so, but I never really. And that was the one time a doctor was like, "Hey, you know, your blood is," she went beyond the STD check. I was like, "Hey, let me tell you something." I was like, "Oh, well, thank you," but I haven't got a real checkup.
How's my dick?
Yeah. Hey, mind your business, lady. Tell me about my dick.
Still working, correct? All right, we're good. I don't care about anything else. Yeah, I have to go because I have another job. You have to go and you get your checkups and you got to make sure you're good so that you can get your medical insurance.
Oh.
Yeah. So in order to get the discount, because there's one, if you don't get a physical, they charge you more because they're like, yo, what are you hiding? Yeah. So you go and get your physical. You're like, cool, I get my discount. I'm healthy. We good to go. Make sure that my insurance is there so I don't get fined in California.
Makes
Well,
sense.
damn.
Yeah, I don't get checked up because it's like, I know I'm not healthy. It's like, what's the point of paying you
Go to the damn doctor,
to tell
people.
me
Stop.
my shit's fucked up? Like, I don't know.
God.
Well, speaking of healthy specimens,
Okay.
today's guest, our first guest of 2020, You know what? She's a Viner, gone YouTuber, and I say healthy guest because in my years of knowing her and seeing her online, she's gone through kind of a body transformation. You know what I'm saying, over the years, and I know she works out a lot, and there's a lot to talk about. Let's bring in our guest, Gabby Hanna, formerly The Gabby Show. This one.
The Gabby Show. The Gabby Show.
Here used to be called The Gabby Show.
Did you call me a Viner turned YouTuber?
Yeah.
The Viner invasion of 2016.
Y'all took over, man. Y'all, speaking of health, you guys infected the YouTube world with
We
your
sure did.
Vine virus.
I know. It was talk show hosts and Viners.
Did our table get bigger? Did I just notice that? I was
No,
like, looks like we got more space.
We all got smaller.
wow.
All of us.
Yeah.
All of us.
Diet's working.
Check every camera angle. It's like, wow, we got more space.
Explain your shirt to me.
If you're reading this, drink water. That's it.
Oh, just like drink water.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's a reminder to
No
hydrate.
double entendre, nothing.
At 28, I'm much more concerned with the color of my pee than I thought I would be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, when it's mad yellow, you're like,
Yo, it's been like kind of foggy lately. It's stressing me out a little bit.
You need
have-
to drink
oh,
more water.
No, you have
But I feel
murky?
like I drink all day. What is it?
Is it murky?
Yeah, but like it doesn't hurt. Like
Are
nothing
your
hurts.
kidneys okay?
It doesn't hurt.
You might need to get that checked.
murky.
I haven't been to the doctor either.
In what way, though?
Like it's straight. Like it just looks murky. That's all I know how to say it.
Yeah.
Do you work out more than once a day?
No.
Do you take any supplements?
No.
No
Did you
vitamins.
know we're doctors? So
We literally
Thank God.
analyze pee, so
You have an STI.
I hope not. Nothing hurts. So, but I guess some of them are silent. That's kind of what the silent killers are.
Silent TIs. That's what it stands
Yeah.
for.
No, the last time I got tested wasn't that long ago because I got. Oh my God, this is a fun story to start with.
Please do.
So it was the worst timed. Apparently, it was a prank, but I guess who knows. So my boyfriend cheated on me at the time. He's obviously not my boyfriend anymore. Although I did date him after he cheated on me, which is
that's a hell of a prank.
So he cheated on me, and I found out this. This is some Nicholas Sparks ass shit. Do you know this story?
I know Nicholas Sparks.
Okay, I wrote a song about this.
The Notebook.
But I found out he was cheating on me because I got out of the shower at his house, and in the mirror it said "I heart you" written in the steam of the shower. Yeah, but it was old, so
Yeah.
somebody had written it a couple days before, and then when it steamed up again, I saw it and I was like,
How do you know he didn't do that?
well, at first I did, and it was like that's why it was so gut wrenching and terrible because I was like, oh, my boyfriend's so sweet. We just had this incredible day at the beach, and like we were just like so into each other that day, and I was like, what a perfect day. And then I saw it and I looked at it and I was like, that looks like a female's handwriting, and I was trying to remember like what his handwriting was, and he had chicken scratch, and then I realized that it wasn't fresh,
Shit.
and I was like, damn. So then I broke up with him. I just left, and I was like, okay, peace out, fuck you.
Did he
then-
deny the cheating at all?
At first, I came out and I was like, hey, did you hang out with someone else? He said no. I said, you hook up with somebody else? He said no. I said, who wrote I love you in the mirror? And then he went and looked and came back and he's like, a girl.
Oh my God.
wow.
So he didn't deny it, but he also didn't admit to it. And then he sent me this very self-pitying explanation of, I'm so sorry and I hate myself forever. It's just that I thought that blah, 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 whatever. So then a couple days later, I got a text message that was this automated thing saying, it was from an STD something or another, saying a partner that you've recently had relations with was tested positive and you need to go get tested immediately. But it's an anonymous thing that I get, and it's saying, this is an anonymous service, blah, 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 blah. So then I call my gynecologist. I go in right away. Didn't have anything, thank God, but he still insists to this day. He was like, I did not send that. It had to be like
Oh, like a prank?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
I didn't. Well, first of all, that's dope that they do that.
Well, I don't know if
I-
it's real.
Yeah, it only would make sense if the person was doing it. Like,
Right.
I caught something and I don't want to say it
Right.
was me, but I want to let you
Yeah.
know. So you have that service.
Well,
but
that's why I believed it was real, because I thought it was a service that was
Yeah.
trying to help combat. Because, like, if say you're in college and you go get tested and you have like gonorrhea, like, you really think if you're a girl in a sorority, you're gonna text every frat guy you've hooked up with and been like, "Hey, I have gonorrhea"? No, because then you're the girl with fucking gonorrhea. So
Right.
nobody's gonna.
So then in college, everyone's fucking. So it's like, I'm going to send
Yeah.
this anonymous text. Hey, I might have given you gonorrhea, or maybe you should go check this out. Yeah.
Yeah, but an anonymous text.
Yeah.
We have like updates, alerts. There's a gonorrhea. It's a gonorrhea. Gonorrhea outbreak.
That's cool, actually.
If it's not real, it should be. But
Wow.
I still wonder if he sent it. But also, I came back clean. So if I think I would have had something if he did actually have something.
Yeah.
Word. I mean, you never know because have I told the story of my virginity on the podcast?
No.
Probably
Not what you want to tell.
That's ancient history. Let's hear it.
Well, let's talk about the part that that pertains to what you were just talking about. All right. Long story short, let's just get to after the fucking. All right, because mind you, this is my virginity, right? So this is my first time, and so I remember being in a car.
How old were you?
I was 18. A late bloomer.
I was about to say that, but like also not really. It's not that late.
But
Nothing wrong with that.
ain't nothing wrong with it, right? You were 18 as well?
17 and a half.
17 and a half. Ugh, hussy.
Rick, how old
Early bloomer. Moving on.
Don't worry about that. So
Listen, he was either 13 or 26.
Earlier than it should have been.
yeah.
Okay.
So, mind you, this is my first time, and this is a girl I really had a thing for, so I was really excited about it. You know what I'm saying? But, as dudes do, I busted, quick, and I wasn't sure if I busted in her or not. So, or maybe on the escape, maybe some residual busting had gone inside, and I was like, I don't know if I pulled out in time. She was like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, hold on. I called Rite Aid. I'm like, do y'all got the morning after pill? And there was one in Bell Gardens that did. I was like, lit. So we're on our way to Rite Aid, and we're talking about it, right? And she didn't know I was a virgin. She was like, wait, was I like your first? I'm like,
Oh, she didn't know.
she didn't know. I didn't want to tell her that. I didn't want it to deter
Yeah,
her.
because it would have probably.
Yeah. And then here's the thing too. My boy was like, hey man, because he went to college with her that freshman year, and he was like, hey man, look, I hate to tell you this, but because he knew I was super sprung, he was like, she kind of been hoeing, man. And I was like, no, her, mine,
Listen,
no.
in 2019, you're not hoeing. You're
This wasn't
expressing
2019.
your sexual freedom.
Yeah, exactly. But it was back then, so she was hoeing. But
we weren't there yet.
But look, I wasn't. Hey, go do your thing. I know how it is. Freshman year of college, you're living, especially dorm life. Everyone's fucking, right? So,
Oh, you were in college. When I heard 18, I was thinking like, oh, high school. But yeah.
oh
probably
no,
would've
she
been
was in college, freshman year of college. So she was doing her thing.
Wait, were you? You were in college.
I was in high school. It was my freshman year. It was my summer going in after high school. She had already been in freshman. So he was like, hey man, she kind of been around. I was like, whatever, right? So we're in the car going to Rite Aid, and I'm like, yeah, you were my first. And she was like, oh no, because she didn't want me to be her. She didn't want to be my first, right? And I'm like, well, what am I for you? She was like, I don't know, maybe like 11. I was like, shit. And I was like,
I was expecting something higher.
no, nothing.
I mean,
Well, here's the thing. And I was like,
Like the way you were talking.
it wasn't. But I mean, for my first time, I was like, shit. And I was like, look, that's not whatever. 11's my lucky number. She was like, you might.
You didn't say that.
No, I was like, 11's my lucky number. She's like, you might be 12. I was like, fuck.
on that note,
But anyways, we go through the whole shit. We get the morning after pill. It's fine. A week later, she calls me. She's like, hey, I have something to tell you. I'm like, what's going on? And she's like,
She couldn't pass the blame either.
she's like, I have genital warts. And she was like, I was dating, I'm messing with this other guy, and because we weren't together or anything. I'm like, and he didn't know he had it. I saw a peculiar bump. I went to go get checked out. I have genital warts. I'm like, fuck. So I get checked the next day. I'm clean. Thank God.
Well, I think you can only spread them if there's an outbreak.
If there's an outbreak, right. But I feel like even if not, even with the blood, the juices swishing
I don't
around.
really know how it works.
Me neither.
But the thing with vaginal genital warts is you can have them inside and
Right.
not know.
Oh, wow.
So like it might not be something that visibly you can see. So she might have had something inside that she could have passed.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Luckily, I was clean. Thank God, because that shit is for life.
Yeah.
it's complicated stuff, guys.
Herpes and warts for life.
Herpes and warts.
Hey, speaking of Plan B, I've heard. I didn't do the science behind this. Actually, I think I did Google it one time. But apparently it only works half of the month. And if you've already ovulated that month, Plan B doesn't work. So it's only supposed to stop ovulation. So if you've already ovulated and then you take Plan B, it's ineffective. It doesn't work.
Stop.
But
Yeah.
if you've already ovulated and that's done, the chances of getting pregnant are low.
Well, the egg
correct?
lives inside for longer than the day you ovulate, right?
Well,
And also
we're going to need the
sperm.
gynecologist to chime
We're-
in on this one. 'Cause
we're
I-
only
I
pee
don't
doctors.
know. God. Listen, I just thought you were taking some extra vitamins. I didn't mean for it to go into this. I just was making sure. I was like, listen, if you take some extra vitamins, it can mess with your pee. You know, you take too many supplements, it can make it look like Gatorade.
And now I'm asking you too much.
And now,
Also, being dehydrated can make it crack.
totally.
yeah.
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 But Plan B has always worked for me any time of the month.
Or maybe
So-
she just wasn't pregnant in the first place. You know what? It's actually, okay, I'm going to get roasted for saying this, but I feel like it's actually kind of difficult to get accidentally pregnant unless you're really not paying attention.
Yes, it is. The science behind pregnancy, it does say that it is actually very hard for people to get pregnant.
Yeah.
And it depends. But accidental pregnancy
Is that because you kind of have to be aware of like
timing.
Your time-
Yeah, it's timing.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you can only get pregnant if the egg is
A
in
couple days a month.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're saying like it's actually pretty difficult. So that's why when you get older and most people that are trying, they're like really putting emphasis on the fact that you got to get the timing right. If you got pregnant when you were younger, you actually kind of got lucky, they say.
I don't think it's difficult when you're younger, though.
No.
Because, okay, so from what I understand, it's right before and right after a period where it's more likely for it to happen.
No, that's when it's the least likely.
See, I've always heard more.
No, it's so wrong.
But whatever the case is, when you're young, you fucking all the time.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
3, 4, 5.
No,
Yeah.
but you can only
day.
get pregnant when in the window of ovulation. Ovulation is dead middle of 2 weeks after your period, 2 weeks before your period. So dead middle. So right before you're about to start your period, that egg is long gone. Right after you started your period, your new egg isn't coming for 2 new weeks. So that's actually
how many weeks are in a month? Because if it's lasting for 2 weeks before and 2 weeks
That's
after,
why they
that's
say
the whole
that's
month.
why they
like 2 days. They
Yeah, you have like whoop. You have like that's why when you see like the newlyweds, they're like, oh, we have this much time, we have to go now. And then you see like in the rom-coms, all the guys are like, oh, I have to have sex with you again.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're just
Y'all
using
don't
me.
know how annoying it is to have sex with you.
Jeez, man. So demanding.
Jeez,
God,
like,
trying to make a
breathe,
fucking baby.
relax.
I
you
want
horn
to
dog.
play Tetris.
But isn't it funny how they always make it like the woman is so demanding, like we have to do it right now. Like, listen,
And the guys are like, I
yeah,
can't. I know.
it's not gonna work. Bullshit. You know you want to do it.
You trying
don't
to
want
tell
to be used
me
for your body.
You trying to tell me that Married with Children was not accurate?
I think if someone was trying to purposely get pregnant
And you both were.
it would be less of a turn on.
How? But how?
It depends if you're in love with somebody who you want to get
Yeah,
pregnant.
if you both want to do it, but it's like I can't just get horny because you're ovulating.
But how would that feel for the guys? Like, let's ask this one. Okay, so you're with your woman and she's like, I want to have a baby. You guys are trying, and it's not happening. Now, how do you feel?
I would feel like a loser. Like I'm doing something wrong.
For real?
I mean, not gonna lie. I mean, look, I haven't been in that situation yet, but I definitely feel like, because I joke a lot about how I have like super sperm. So I feel like if I went for a few months and like of trying and I didn't, my sperm didn't do the trick yet, I'd be like, shit.
Yeah.
I'd feel a little disappointed.
Yeah,
in
it would,
myself.
it would be like
Never
playing
know who it
basketball
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and making no shots.
Oh,
That's how it would feel for
Wow.
me.
Well, that's the thing. I grew up not being good at baskall, so that wouldn't.
you're like, this analogy
I'd be like,
not gonna
fuck
work.
it, I'm gonna go talk to the cheerleaders.
Oh, so you go cheat. can't get my girl pregnant, so I'm gonna go over here.
Let's go.
Well, let's talk about you, Gabby.
Okay.
Are you pregnant?
No, I hope not.
Okay, cool. Okay, now that my segue is out of the way, so as I said in the intro, you were a former Viner.
Yes.
Now you are killing the YouTube game.
Am I right now? I don't know.
I mean, your views are better than mine, that's for sure.
Not for long.
Who knows? Who knows? But you've been doing it for a minute. How was the transition from Viner to YouTuber?
For me, it was so easy because I started before everybody else jumped ship after Vine died. I started doing YouTube, a year after I started Vine.
Yeah.
Or maybe less than a year.
Oh, word.
So I had already started transitioning. I was doing both simultaneously. So then when Vine died, I was like, oh, I've been YouTube for a minute. Like, I think I already had 1 million subscribers before Vine even died.
Oh,
or more.
word. Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't that hard or different for me. I always wanted to be a YouTuber first, and I just didn't because I didn't know how.
Bruh, why do you always have so much drama around you? I feel like there's a new Gabby shenanigans every like year.
Listen, first of all, in my head, I'm like, I feel like I'm not doing anything to cause it.
Right.
But also, then how does it always surround me? But like, I don't ever say anybody's name.
Right.
I don't ever try to like drag anyone or expose somebody. Literally watch my channel. I'm in my house cleaning my fucking carpets with my best friend. Like that's what I do on my.
Fucking hate carpet cleaning.
But like, I don't know. I genuinely like try my best to keep my head down and not bother anybody, and then people just pop off on me all the time.
Do you feel okay? So we're on YouTube because of Tim. I'm not on YouTube with anything else besides. I have like 2 videos because I had to make one for Maxim. That's literally the only reason.
Shooting basketball shots in bikini. It's
I
lit.
did, yeah. Thank you. But I noticed, like, especially with a lot of like the makeup bloggers or the YouTubers, it seems like there's constantly like there's channels made specifically for that. Do you feel like it's just YouTube culture that is the reason why you're in drama, or is there like legit like pissing people
I wouldn't pass off like all the blame on the fact that people are making videos, but I think a lot of the stuff that I come under fire for is stuff that's either like old news, or people don't like to imagine that anybody could change. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 28 years old.
Right.
Like, I'm just like a different person than I was when I was like 23, for example. But like, if you're bringing up shit from when I'm 23, 24 years old,
yeah,
I was a fucking asshole. Right. You know what I mean? And then I went to therapy for 6 years, and then I like grew the fuck up and like just learned and changed. But the problem with YouTube culture is people only look at you as your worst mistake. So you're basically just judged off of like doing it because it's fun for people to watch. Like, I see people putting up, I've never seen this for me personally, I'm sure it exists somewhere, but like if somebody's in drama, they'll put up live streams of their sub count going down. Yeah. And they're like celebrating it, being like, look at this person, yeah, like cancel this person, this person is over. And it's like, I've never seen a group of people more obsessed with the destruction of others in my life.
I feel that.
And I don't think that they're bad people, because I think that a lot of them in their head, they're like, this is good, we're bringing down the bad guys, but it comes with very little like research or empathy or understanding to go with
I mean,
it.
on YouTube, there's definitely a huge, there's like a whole community, I feel like, of people that get views just by exposing people, maybe exposing videos and like reporting the drama. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And they're being rewarded for it heavily.
Right.
So people see that happening. It's like somebody who gets 70,000 views a video, put my name in a title, you get a few million, then everybody else sees that and they're like, I only get a few thousand views a video, like I'm gonna put that name in my title too.
Right.
And then they all kind of echo each other. But what's sick is a lot of people who run some of those channels will like hit me up personally and be like, I think it's really fucked up what you're going through, like I agree with you, and like I would have done the same thing you did, and blah 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 blah. And then the next day they put out a video being like echoing what everybody else said, but I also feel like people know that I'm not the person to like share that. Like, I wouldn't like show that screenshot and like be like, look at you, you're a hypocrite, blah, 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 blah. People know that I'll keep to myself. Yeah. See, that's the thing, is everybody wants to paint me out as like drama, attention seeking. When do I feed into it? Like, I could easily screenshot shit and post that. I could easily make a video and get, even if people hate me for it, millions of views. I could easily make a ton of money. I could easily get a ton of exposure. And I don't, because it's not who I am. It's not in my nature. But if people want to think that I'm this dramatic attention seeking person, fine.
Do you feel, I had somebody tell me like not to pay attention to the trolls. Every once in a while I find it quite entertaining to practice being witty with with certain trolls. I love going on the lives. I love kind of, seeing what people have to say and going off of it. And some people I find quite annoying when they're like, oh my God, you're so much better than that. Don't feed into it. Take the high road. I was like, the altitude's a little different up there. So I felt like coming down for a little bit.
And plus she's like 6 feet tall, so she has to take the high road.
Right? It's only necessary. But do you feel, because they had brought up like, there's a lot of, the comments on my page are pretty positive. I like to keep it that way. I also feel like some people have to police. Like, if you don't regulate on your own thing, everybody kind of takes free reign.
I don't.
You don't?
I get accused of it a lot.
But don't you?
Of what?
of deleting comments.
Really?
Yeah.
But you don't?
No, because first of all, because if you delete comments, then people are just like, she's deleting comments. And like, you know what I mean? But
what do you have to
also, people don't understand YouTube algorithm, a comment's a fucking comment.
Yeah.
A like's a fucking like.
Right,
That engagement looks good for me. I'm not going to sit there and delete it.
Yeah.
But also, I believe in freedom of speech. Like, I don't try to police fucking anybody. If you want to leave a hateful comment, fine. I also don't really read the comments. Like sometimes I'll go through and like I'll heart within the first like 20 minutes to an hour before a lot of hate gets there. I'll go in and I'll heart and like make sure my supporters know that like I'm still here, I'm still looking. Yeah, but like
on YouTube or on Instagram?
Both.
Both.
Because it's extra lit on Instagram
Right.
because as soon as you reply, that comment is highlighted and everyone's like backing you up. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's why for Instagram, because I don't know, like you brought up the algorithm. Now the algorithm for you, that's a check, right? Like depending on how it goes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I know for Instagram, every once in a while, I knew I couldn't handle the shit. Like there was one point in time where there was a bunch of stuff coming in. I was like,
what about
Negative
just-
things
Oh,
about Nikki Blake?
Oh my God. It's mainly like body stuff, right? So I did modeling. So when you go and you nitpick, like I'm already looking in the mirror and that's my job. Like I have to worry about these things. It wasn't just Instagram. I was like doing other work. So I knew for myself, I was like, listen, either I'm gonna say something or I have to completely ignore it. And I couldn't. And I was like, fuck this, I'm going in. And it just so happens to help that I got into radio, which even more, I was like, oh, cool, now I'm really going to start talking shit. But for me, I did go through and I did block things. Like, I don't care if somebody says like, because for me, that's not my money.
Yeah.
Now I can understand if it's like, yo, you need your engagement. I love seeing the numbers when you have a lot of comments and that looks good.
Yeah, I'll get fucking 30,000 comments on a picture of people hating, and I'm like, oh, you just pushed me on the Instagram.
Why would
Which
they
is-
hate
yeah.
on your picture, Gabby?
No, just like people will come to your page to hate.
Oh, you mean say?
You know what I mean?
Oh, so
Yeah.
I feel like after
dumb
there's a Gabby exposed video, motherfuckers will be in your comments like, "Oh my!"
And I'm
God.
like, you just pushed me on the explore page.
right, right.
Like, and I'm not reading it. Like, that's the thing. You know what I do though is on Twitter, I'll mute people. So I will never block somebody on Twitter because, like, if you want to watch me thrive, brother. Like, I don't care. But I'll mute them so people think that they're like getting to me, like, oh, she's ignoring me. It's like, no, I'm not seeing it. I'm living my happy ass life.
I like the mute. I like the restrict on Instagram.
What is that?
Yes, restrict.
So restrict is basically you can make it so that somebody who's talking shit, only you and them will see their comment.
Oh, so they
Yeah.
have
But they have no idea.
It's great.
Yeah, so they think
have
everybody's
fucking
seeing it.
time
No,
for that.
it's literally just
Yeah.
it's
So
the same as block or delete.
and you can see the comment. You can see like restricted comment. You can allow it to stay or you can let it go. You know, everybody has their platforms. That's why it's like really different.
I let it all stay. Honestly, it's like if you're gonna leave a hate comment on my Instagram, like, doesn't affect me. Somebody else might see it and respond to it. It might spew some more hate. If it spews more hate, fine, I get more engagement. If it spews some love of people defending me, fine. Regardless, it's not affecting my life. It's not affecting my day to day.
How did you get to see? Now my question is, how did you get to that point? Were you always like that? Did you never really
go through
care?
this once a year.
Okay.
I'm a fucking vet.
Okay. Yeah, that's why it's like, you know, everybody has their own ways. Like for me, in order to say whatever I want and to do whatever I want and to post whatever I want, I have to block certain things for myself. I'll be like, listen, keep talking this shit, then I'm going to act out. Then it does more harm to me because that person wins.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, fuck that. I don't need all that. I don't need all those
The
things.
only time I restrict comments is I used to do story time on my channel. And if I thought that there was a way that anybody could speculate that it was about somebody, or if somebody did research and found it, then I would block their name from the comment so that nobody could speculate.
okay.
Yeah.
Because like my story times were never about, and maybe that's why people look at me as like attention drama, whatever, is because I tell story times. But like, even if I'm telling a story about somebody who everybody knows, I start my story off with like, you don't know this person. This is someone from my hometown, happened years ago. Like that's probably not true. And then I block their name. Whereas other story time people are like, I'm going to name this person.
Right.
I'm going to, like, I won't get into who it was, but like she like put somebody's job at risk because she was saying his job position where like the people who work at that job aren't allowed to like talk about it or like give their identity, and she like completely outed him. And I'm like, stuff like that where I wouldn't cross that line. I tell stories for entertainment, not to hurt people, not to drag people. Like when I talk about my ex-boyfriends, that's why I never showed my boyfriends before. It's like if I want to talk about it and tell a story, because that's what I do, I want to be able to do it freely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So how do you feel about like how is it for you maintaining the balance of being a YouTuber who, you know, has to put out a lot of personal stuff, you know, because these kids want to know everything. Do you like vlog regularly? How much of your life do you put out there for people to see?
Nah, and I'm getting more and more private. I used to, like, for Vlogmas, I don't really use my vlog channel, but I was doing Vlogmas, so I was vlogging every day.
Yeah.
And even in that time, I was like, this isn't me anymore. Like, I just outgrew it. I used to love sharing and talking about my feelings and letting everybody in on my life. And now it's like, I'll pull out my camera to vlog like me and my man. And I'm like, ugh, I don't want this on camera anymore.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't like a fun personal moment that we're having. And it also changes your mindset, because when you're having fun, instead of just enjoying that moment and laughing, you're like, oh, I should be filming this. And you like disrupt it to film.
I mean, I remember, and I've talked about this before, Prank versus Prank. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
They when they broke up, so this is a popular vlog channel where they would like, it was a couple and they would.
Are you guys familiar with them?
See, I'm the only one that's like not in the loop. So
Yeah.
so he updates me.
So they would always like prank each other and they would vlog every day, and then they broke up and everyone was shocked, and they did this whole video saying they were vlogging so much and doing all this cute shit for the vlogs, they didn't know if they were doing it because they loved each other or because they knew it would be entertaining content.
Yeah.
Like,
know
did
what
you
I'm saying?
buy this gift for your girlfriend because you knew it would make her smile, or did
Or
you
you
buy
could-
this gift for your
for the
girlfriend?
thumbnail.
For the
Yeah.
thumbnail.
Yeah.
You know, I've definitely been in a relationship where I felt the person that I was with was so infatuated with a lot of the social media relationships that it bothered me so much that it pushed me further away from doing any of those things. Because we know the reality of it. Like,
Yeah.
if I post you up right now, I'm going to get hella views. You know, you can post this cute thing, but again, are you doing it for this or are you doing it for the clout? So it's interesting because I feel like a lot of relationships too, like in today's day and age, is damn, we look hella good together. We can make a couples page. We can go and do all these things. I saw one of my friends post up and was like, I'm looking for a fake girlfriend to start
my
doing
God.
stuff with so that we can get popping who's
Yeah.
down.
That
I
was
was
a joke
like,
though, right?
It was a joke, but that really happened.
For sure.
No, I know
feel like
somebody
they-
who it happened to recently. Did you see it? I'm not gonna name it, but like
I
she hired a boyfriend. I love that girl, but she like hired a boyfriend, but like she kind of like apparently caught feelings and thought he was too. But I don't really know the details because I never talked to her privately about it. So like, but it was kind of, at least the story that was being passed was that she like hired a guy.
Interesting. Let me know after so I can bring them on the show and talk
Okay,
about it.
T.
I think I know who it is.
I think I do too.
Well, it's funny because I'll definitely, you know, I try to maintain the balance when I'm vlogging, like my chick, and like there'll be certain times I'm like, okay, this will be great for the vlog, and certain times where I'm like, let me put the camera down, let's just enjoy each other, right? But also she knows sometimes I'll be like, shit, babe, my likes were whack on the last couple pictures. Let me post a little picture of us real quick. You know what I'm saying? Get this engagement up.
I just told Tim, I go, every time you post a vlog, I don't even know what the hell's going on. I just see like, I was like, oh, Tim has to post something.
All the new thirsty
All the new-
followers.
They're like, where's Tim and Rick at? I'm like, I have another job, guys. Can you guys respect the fact I do other things?
I don't care about that.
They really don't. They have like most of the people that come from Tim's page don't give a shit about whatever I'm doing. They're just like, where's Tim and Rick?
Oh, really? Or tits.
No, because that's blocked.
Oh,
That's the word that's
You blocked the word
Hell
You
yeah.
blocked the word tits?
I have big boobs, all right? You think that when I'm sitting there, that's all I want to hear? It's 7 a.m.
I would let those comments roll.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
Okay.
Well, speaking of your
You're like, hello, excuse me, put tits underneath this.
speaking of your body, you know what I like about you specifically?
What's up?
You know,
Naked on your Instagram, I've seen it.
because so you've had cakes since before you lost all your weight. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that in your weight loss and workout process, you've still kept your butt.
I maintain the butt. I work hard for
Dude,
that.
because so many girls will lose, like they'll go through a fitness transformation and their butt will just.
I did for a minute. I lost my butt when I tried the whole like I'm not gonna eat any carbs route, which is stupid. You got to eat carbs.
Right.
So when I wasn't eating carbs, I lost so much of my ass. And then when I started implementing like sweet potatoes and stuff back in, my ass came back again. But right now it's kind of weak because I hurt my leg and I haven't been able to do a ton of leg stuff. But we're back. We're working back at it.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
hip thrust. You got a hip thrust.
We're hip thrusting, but like my weight dropped a lot on it.
When you say weak, what do you mean?
I just lost a lot of physical strength because I wasn't able to work out for over 2 months.
Your
Yeah.
booty don't need to be strong.
It's pretty flabby right now.
I like a flabby butt.
Really, I like it more when it's like
Yeah.
I like a butt that moves.
Firm but jiggly, but I like when the top sits like a shelf and then the bottom jiggles,
All right.
which is normally where I'm at. But right now it kind of like is hanging
You
more.
know how hard it is to get a hard ass? It is difficult to
Yeah,
just be a
it's a
muscle
lot of
ass.
fat.
It's a lot.
Good.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Good.
Look at it. It's
I actually like when I'm a little heavier now, as long as I have the muscle under my ass.
There
I
you
like
go.
being thick.
Blades was telling us that she gained weight over the holidays, and me and
I-
Rick were like, sweet.
I put on.
Good for you.
I think actually in this year I put on 30 pounds.
Really?
Yeah. 30
Congrats.
pounds.
In muscle or just like eating?
Kind of both.
Yeah.
I mean, I work out all the time, so I wanted to switch it up, and I wanted to see what my body. I'm 30, by the way. I turned 31 in March. So thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you. So for me, I wanted to see what my body could do because I've just been so small. I did like fashion stuff, so I wanted to be small, but I could never get small enough. I'm like, shit, I still got some. Got a little bit of this going on, a little this.
Yeah,
built
somebody
differently.
really can't do that.
I have an athletic build. Like when
Yeah.
you go for castings, it's athletic.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, fuck, I wanted to get smaller. Then I was like, fuck it, I want ass. I was like, how do I get ass? And you have to eat
gotta
to get a
eat.
butt.
You gotta eat.
You can't not eat.
Yeah.
And, no
like you'll get a
cardio.
little more on your stomach too, but I feel like when you have like that big ass,
balance.
like nobody
It's
cares
balance.
about the
Who
little.
cares?
Nobody cares. I'll never have a 6-pack. I've accepted I can get 4 sometimes.
let me
Stretchy pants are your best friend.
Let me tell you something. Never, and not to say that girls work out for the approval of guys or to attract men. I'm not saying that at all. But with that being said, never in my life have I been like, I need a girl with a 6-pack, man. Man, do you see that 6-pack on that girl? Damn, that's what I'm talking about. This was never something
I
was
would
like-
always get like insecure in my stomach though. Like if I was literally sitting with a guy and he would like touch my side, if there was like touch that right now. If you were a guy who was like interested and you like felt that fat-
Everybody has that when
well,
they're
I
sitting.
know, but like you don't learn to not give a fuck until you're actually like confident. I'm finally in an age now where like I'll be sitting in a swimsuit like
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
And also times have changed. Being thick is a compliment. You want all them C's in
Grab
that thick.
the
You want what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you want to
And
touch this butt.
I never understood why girls didn't realize we're not gonna touch what we don't like. It's not like
I don't want you to
Ew.
avoid it either,
Ew.
bro.
No,
you
no, but
don't
I'm
like-
saying like if dude is touching you there, clearly he has no problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also I feel like there's definitely guys who will hook up with people they're not really fully attracted to just to do it.
Yeah. But he's not just gonna hang out with you.
Great.
No, seriously.
Love that, Rick.
No, but he was hanging out with you. He's touching your side. He's chilling. That's how you know.
We're in a different time. There's a body for everybody. Like,
Yeah.
there's
But-
a category for everyone.
Yeah.
Also, to go back to the term thick, thick was always a positive term when I was growing up. Like if someone was, and everyone was like, "Ah, that bitch is thick," you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If the term thick was fused, then it was like, "Oh, I enjoy this."
So,
Yeah.
so for me, thick that's not what I wanted to be. I didn't want to be thick up until like recently. That was a new development. I was like, okay, I could feel a little bit more comfortable with this. I want some more. I couldn't build an ass to save my life. I was quad dominant. So, yeah. So for my fitness people out there, you understand, like squats don't give you ass.
They give you legs.
They give you legs.
Yeah, that's why you got to do the hip thrust.
Yes. So
yeah.
I was quad dominant, which means I just naturally walk around looking
Quadament.
like, whatever that is. So I wanted but the only way for me to get that because of how my genetics are is that I had to stop doing certain things. Like I had to stop doing a lot and then eating more and then letting the weight go and then building after. It's complicated, but
Yeah,
I
you
felt
gotta
like
do a lot of research.
I felt like if I just ate though and I wanted to get thick, that's not what my body was about to do. I was about to be unproportioned.
I really don't do a lot of squats. Like people assume that when you have a big butt, you're doing squats, but I really don't do that many. I'll do some on a Smith's machine sometime, but like Smith's machine.
What's that?
It's like the weight that's like attached to the thing, so you're not like putting a ton of pressure on your lower body.
Yeah.
It takes out a lot of the balance. It's not as good for you as squats, but like I'm really not like doing a ton for my butt on there because like you, I get it all on my leg. I have thick ass thighs.
Which is also a plus.
Thick
I love my thighs.
Yeah.
save lives.
I've always been a fan of.
But skinny thighs are nice too.
I like
Oh,
all
skinny thighs are nice. Yeah, all thighs are great. All thighs are great.
Hey,
I stayed quiet.
and
Let you guys discriminate.
although listen, in the post, I know how to give myself a thigh gap. I know how to make it look extra curvy. I know how to poke it out.
Post production.
No, I was like, look at you. I was like, no, I know. Okay, I'm afraid to touch my. I've not edited my body. Like, I've never edited my body because I'm like, yo, if you get called out on editing your body, like, it's a wrap. No one's ever gonna
Just gotta be
believe.
subtle with it.
Really? I don't even touch
Apparently,
it.
that's really hard.
I've learned how to like pose. Again, I pose around it. I can look super skinny. I can look like I'm extra thick. I can look short. Actually, I look short all the time in pictures, but
Cause you thick.
So you just
Yeah.
lie different.
I lie different. I know how to do it before post production.
Love that. I don't know how to do that.
Have
Angles.
the booty pictures helped your music career? Because I know you sing. You have a budding singing career. How's that going?
I don't think the booty pictures help, actually. To be honest, I don't think people really care about that because my brand's more like emo as opposed to like pop star. Does that make sense?
No, it does.
Yeah, but no, the music's going really great. I'm really excited about this next year. I'm probably going to be putting YouTube in the backseat majorly and taking care of music
How
this
often do
year.
you upload?
I still do once a week.
Okay.
I've never stopped doing once a week, but it's one of those things where it's not my passion anymore. And my goal isn't to be a YouTuber. So I don't put in the time. I don't try to collab. I don't do the trends. I don't do the like I barely give a fuck about my thumbnails. I genuinely don't give a fuck because it's not my goal. So I spend a lot of time in other places. And
It's so annoying when people be like, bruh, they'll look at my channel because all I'm really putting on the channel right now is the podcast. They'll be like, man, you like, man, what you been doing? You fell off. I'm like, bruh, I look at my shit I'm doing outside of YouTube. Yeah, it's like
A
I
new
don't
show
care.
every week.
Yeah.
I know.
You have like a new show every week.
I do.
yeah.
People
Just stop caring. What,
I don't-
how
I
do you
don't-
get
about
mad
what
at
they
that?
say.
Like,
No,
I don't give
because
a
I
fuck.
hate them. No, no, because they'll be in the comments and it's funny because I totally forgot what I was about to say, but yes, it's
Well, they're judging your numbers, but
Yeah.
like when I lose subscribers when I'm in scandals and shit, or if like my views are dropping, first of all, it's always a peak and valley. Like they'll go back up and they go back down and whatever. But I don't care, and people don't want to believe that. They're like, look at her pretending like she doesn't give a fuck. I'm not here to like die and my gravestone be YouTuber. No offense to anybody who's fucking killing YouTube and is owning YouTube and that's
Gabby's
it.
throwing out shots.
No,
The
because here's the thing.
She hates
I
all
think stupid. Here's the thing. I think some people are incredible at it. Like Mr. Beast can fully and confidently be like, I'm a fucking YouTuber
he's
and
killing
this is my shit and I fucking kill it. And like, that's incredible that he made such a massive mark on YouTube. Like PewDiePie, I feel like can confidently and gladly be like, I'm a fucking YouTuber and that's what I want to be and that's what I did.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to do. It's not what I'm passionate about. It's not what I love. It's not what makes me happy and excited to wake up. So I don't care.
So the music is what's really moving you right now.
Music and poetry, yeah. The music came from my poetry book. So I spent a lot of time writing and then in the studio, and that's the only thing I care about.
Okay, you still trying to do you like anything like comedy? Because I know you know.
I've never considered myself a comedian.
I mean, you were like a funny viner.
yeah, I'm like
that. If that is if you can consider that a thing.
yeah, but I'm just a funny girl. You know what I mean? Like I'm somebody who like, oh, I love Gabby. She's so funny.
Right.
But like I'm not a comedian.
Yeah, it's still comedy.
Yeah.
You're just not a comedian.
Yeah, like my vlogs are funny because I'm a funny person, but like I'm not like out here trying to be like I make comedy content. I would never classify that.
You still be twerking in videos or not?
Dude, can we talk about twerking real quick because this pisses me off. Okay, when Miley came out,
Oh.
how long have you known about twerking?
Since I was a little boy.
That's what I'm saying. Where I grew up, like our high school dances, like our dance camp and shit, we were up feet on the wall.
Yeah.
Like twerking.
Best dancer in the 8th grade.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
so oh, so
we called it twerking.
yeah.
And then whenever Miley Cyrus came out, everybody's like, what's twerking? I was like, how do people not know?
It was a white girl that did it.
I mean,
Oh, I mean, that is honestly.
That's why.
Yeah,
That is.
and
that's
the
literally
people
it.
who were saying what's twerking were white.
But I'm white and I still knew what it was.
But
I mean,
the
I get
mainstream.
where you were
Well,
from.
I came from
Right.
a very
where'd you grow up?
Newcastle, PA. It's like pretty much 50% black, 50% white.
Word.
Here's how uncultured I was growing up in Newcastle, though, because it was literally black or white. And we had a few, I would say, like probably Hispanic people. I think I met one Asian person growing up. She was a few grades below me. And I never realized because, like, this is how we're so uncultured in that city. Maybe not anymore.
Yeah.
I thought that, like, Asian and Hispanic people were considered white. And then like anybody who was like a certain color and darker would be considered black. Or basically only African Jamaican was considered black because nobody ever used the words like Asian, Hispanic.
Interesting.
We were never raised with that.
Definitely
That's like
talked
prison.
about.
Yeah. What'd you say?
In prison.
Is that how they categorize?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the whites and the Latinos, they house them together, but the Asians go with the blacks.
Oh, really?
But yeah, it's not like everybody has their own. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one or the
Well,
other.
not prison, county jail.
Okay.
A little different in prison.
I mean, it's definitely interesting. It all depends on where you grew up and who you grew up around, because especially when you're young like that, right? It's you don't get a lot of representation on TV,
Hell
right?
no.
So it's all you learn from what you grew up around.
And I grew up with black and white.
And we
yeah.
talked about that for sure.
Yeah. Like I remember, being in high school, like, our high school was mainly like 75% Mexican.
Yeah.
And I remember I had a Puerto Rican homie who, there weren't a lot of Asians at the school. So he came up to me and he wasn't, trying to be funny or racist. He was just like, all right, let me ask you something. So he's like, you're Asian, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like,
He was Puerto Rican.
he's Puerto Rican. He's like, you're Asian, right? So there's Asian and there's Asia and there's China. And I was like, let me break it down.
yeah.
Let me show you how
Yeah.
it works. And I just realized, oh shit, he just has no idea.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of by choice too. And people probably get mad at me for this, but because like I grew up there. I had no problem distinguishing things. I wasn't that ignorant.
Right.
You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
it's just a vocabulary thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where if nobody's using those words around you ever, and if you're not being taught that, if you're not exposed to it, obviously at some point you have to grow the fuck up. Like I went to college and then I met a bunch of different people and I was like, oh, there's so much to the world that I don't understand. But like if you're in one place and you're, 17 years old and nobody's using the words, you know what I mean?
I mean, I just was, I'm Hawaiian, Chinese, Irish, and Filipino. And I had people telling me you're not supposed to be all those things. I'm like, how can you go and tell me I can't be this? Also,
What does that mean? You can't be those things.
that's what I'm saying. Like, people were like, well, what are you? And I would say that. They're like, why are you so many things? I'm like, did you not?
Yeah,
can't
but if somebody Irish, Scottish, German, everybody's like, yeah,
You're white.
You're right.
Right. They're like, how are you Hawaiian? Oh, that's been a whole argument. And then it's like, how are you Chinese? You're tall. And then automatically
You're tall.
Yeah, right. So I get like, where's the Irish come from? So when I say that, I didn't grow up around anybody mixed like me besides my family. And we all moved from Hawaii and lived in a house together. So other than my family, I didn't see other Filipinos till I moved to the Bay. I didn't see any other Asians. And then even then, my dad could speak Chinese or he can speak Mandarin. So when we would go out, he would drop some stuff here and there. They'd be like, no.
Your dad can speak Mandarin?
Yeah,
the
a little
Hawaiian
bit.
hoe can speak
Yes,
Mandarin?
that's my dad goes
Is
by
your
the
dad, what's your dad?
Hawaiian, Chinese, Irish.
And then your mom is?
Hawaiian, Chinese, Filipino. White.
So they met in Hawaii?
Yes, in Hawaii.
Got it.
Yeah.
And what kind of whites are you, Gabby?
Oh, I'm so many things. I'm mostly Lebanese.
Oh.
Which I think
that white?
it's
No.
Middle Eastern.
I was like, that's not white.
It's Middle Eastern, but like by
I was like, wait, Lebanese is not white.
But people
I've actually
look at her
Googled
and
it.
say
Think white.
I'm definitely like you would never look at me and be like Middle Eastern minority, like I'm
Right.
because I'm not.
That's
you know
where
what
the
I
butt
mean?
comes from.
I see Middle Eastern.
But what's the butt?
Your
Oh,
eyebrows.
my ass. Yeah, I have a very Middle Eastern ass.
So you identify as white?
When people ask me like what's your ethnicity, I'll be like, oh, like Lebanese. I'm also Polish and French because I also have a lot of white as well. But I present very white, so I would never try to pull the like
I'm ethnic.
I'm ethnic card. Yeah, because like by all intents and purposes,
See,
I'm white.
I think
Yeah.
that may be the difference right there because for me, you ask those questions as a kid and the people I asked would just tell you what they are. Like my first best friend was Filipino. I would never ask, is he Chinese? Because he told me he was Filipino. You know what I'm saying? My one of my really close friends before him was Samoan. My prom date was Black and Tongan. You know what I'm saying? Like all the other Asian homies at the school were Cambodian. So I was able to just hear, but when you live in a place where they just, all right, if you're light, you're this.
Yeah.
Now you say white when that's not technically what you
But
are.
I think actually that white or Lebanese is still considered Caucasian actually because I googled it one time. I don't remember why, but there's certain Middle Eastern ethnicities that are considered not white and then there's some that are considered Caucasian and I'm still considered Caucasian. Like if I go and I fill out a thing, it's like you are white, black, Asian, blah, 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 blah. Like, there's, first of all, never a Middle Eastern box.
Right.
There's only ever
We make
white,
our
black,
own.
Asian. Yeah. So then I'm not going to click other. You know what I mean?
I
I
would.
did. I did it when on my form, you know, when you did all your like cat testing and all those things, I was raised in a household that said you write in that fucking box that you're a Hawaiian and you make your own. And if they have a problem, then they can come talk to me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
interesting.
I also wouldn't be the person to try to like take advantage of it though, because I've never been the subject of any type of like racism or discrimination. Like I'm not gonna like put other on my college application because I think it's gonna give me a leg up.
You
because-
recognize
Yeah.
your white privilege.
Yeah,
and you,
like I'm white as fuck.
Yeah, I guess it's just how you identify, because we have a friend, she's Lebanese as well, and she identifies as a person of color.
Right.
Like she's ethnic.
I feel like I'm not fully Lebanese too, and I'm to fully claim that would also feel.
Yeah. So like in your
Ingenuine.
household, you feel like you were raised white.
No, I was raised pretty Lebanese. Like my mass, like I would go to church every Sunday, and like it's in Arabic, and like I grew up around Arabic foods and stuff like that. I can't speak because I'm not paying attention in church, but like, you know what I mean. But like I'm also very much Polish, and I'm very much French.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and then
Alright,
there's the
yeah.
whole debate about like nationality versus ethnicity, and like you can be Mexican, but you can still be white Mexican, and you know what I'm saying. There's all
Yeah.
if you really want to get into it, but
Yeah, like this guy I used to date was black, Mexican, and white, but like he felt most black, even though he was the least black blood wise, like DNA wise.
Right.
But he felt the most black. He hung out with black kids. He related to the black culture.
But he identified
So
with.
like if you ask him, he's black, even though he's mostly Mexican.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you feel, whatever you grow up as long as you're not taking advantage or trying to use it.
And I think that right there is like the takeaway from the conversation. It's like however you were raised and what you identify as is your, you know.
Unless you're Rachel, what's her name?
Oh my God.
Unless you're
Unless-
one thing and you say
Unless you lying. Listen, unless you lying, all right.
well, do you identify as a Viner or a YouTuber?
oh God, I don't even.
Important question.
I identify as an artist. I don't even identify as a YouTuber anymore.
Look at
I'm an
that.
artist.
Do you do spoken word?
Just kidding.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, but like I do it. It's usually to a track. Sometimes it's not. And like most people would call it rap. I feel weird calling it rap because
There's a difference.
It's not. Yeah, but like it's to a beat, is rhythmic. It rhymes. It has a lot of like rap structure to it. But like I don't like to say that because I feel like when you hear me say rap without hearing what I'm
Oh, yeah.
doing,
I already
it
just
gives off a certain.
envisioned
It's more of like a.
Lebanese. Well, shit. Is there anything else you want to talk about, plug before we wrap this up?
I just started my own podcast.
Oh, did you know what it's
Yeah,
called?
it's called Box of Thoughts.
Box-
There's a YouTube channel. You can also find it on every Tuesday, wherever you find. You gotta come. You guys all gotta come.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. I know. I should have just shot it in here. It's so much more convenient.
Where do you shoot it at?
My house. I built a studio in there, so I don't have to leave my.
You know what? I should do that so I can stop dealing with these cast motherfuckers, man.
No, Dustin still comes. Dustin is still my producer. He just has to come to my house.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for stopping. I give it up for our guests. Gabby and Hannah, thank you.
2020
so much.
first guest.
Yay!
love that.
Happy New Year. Anything you want to leave us with before we go?
Don't be a cunt.
Don't be a cunt. Thank you guys for watching the No Chaser Podcast. I'm Timothy Delgado.
I'm Ricky Shuck.
And I'm Nikki Blades.
Bye.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Thank you. King shit.